Hello widget watchers, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are jumping straight into building a grid layout in Android. We don't waste time on theory, we will start full coding and I'll explain everything as we go. So let's begin by adding our grid view inside this activity underscore main.xml file. So come here and from here remove this existing text view and here add the grid view. Okay, so now for its width we are going to add match parent, and for its height we are going to add the wrap content so that it will only occupy the height as per the content size. Okay, now here let's give it a id. So here I'm giving it a id as grid view. Okay, now afterwards here we need to add the number of column in each row. Okay, so here add the number column and then here add the 3. So for this current example I want that in a row there should be 3 items, so here I'm adding 3. Okay, now you can see in the UI preview we are having 3 items. Let's say you want to add 2 items, right? Then you can here add the 2 item and then this layout will automatically rearrange itself. Okay, so here I'm adding 3, so which means in a row there is going to be 3 column, which means no matter how many items we give it, it will automatically arrange them into 3 columns and as many rows as it needed, right? Now here let's also add the vertical spacing and horizontal spacing. So first add the vertical spacing and let's give it a spacing of 12 screen pixel, and for horizontal spacing here add the value of 12 sp. So here we added the vertical spacing and horizontal spacing and we given it the value of 12 sp so that our vertical spacing and horizontal spacing will look consistent. And the another reason of adding these two parameters is that our item should not be stick to each other. Okay, now let's also add the stretch mode here and let's add its value as column width. So the stretch mode means here our column will automatically adjust itself to align all the items evenly. Okay, now grid view doesn't directly know what each grid item should look like. For that we need to create an item layout, basically a small XML file that describe how each title in the grid will appear. Okay, so come into this layout directory and here create a new XML file and let's name it as item grid. Okay, now once this file is created, open the split view. So here what I'm planning to do, here I want to add a static image and text file. Okay, so first let's remove this constraint layout from here. If you want then you can use constraint layout, but I don't prefer constraint layout in grid item. Okay, so here I'm adding linear layout. Now come inside the linear layout and here let's first add the image view. Okay, so for height and width let's give it the width of 50 dp and then also add the same height for it. Okay, now here we also need to give it id, but right now I'm going to show a static image, right? So I'm not going to add the id. Then for adding the static image, here add the src, and as like the last video we are going to add the Android icon here. Okay, it's perfectly fine. Now let's close this image view and okay, now let's close this image view and right now our item is too much attached to corners, so let's add the padding here. So give it the padding and then here add the padding of 12 dp and also add the gravity so that our item should be center aligned. Okay, so here add the gravity and now it's looking perfectly fine. Now apart from this image view I also want to add the text view. Okay, so here add the text view, then for height and width here add the wrap content and wrap content, and for our id here add the id property and then give it the id of text view title. Okay, now for dummy text, so for dummy text here let's add Android icon. It's perfectly fine. Right now our linear layouts orientation is horizontal, so let's change it to vertical. So here add the orientation and then let's make it vertical, and yeah, it's perfectly fine. Now let's also add the text size so that our text should be visible. So here add the text size as 14 screen pixel, and then our text and our image is stick to each other, right? So let's also add the margin top value so that they can split apart. And yeah, now it's looking perfectly fine. So now what we will do, we will use this item grid inside this grid layout. Okay, here we have error, so let's fix this. Actually, we forget to mention the constraint, so let's add them. It's perfectly fine. Now let's come to this main activity.kt file. Okay, so here first we need to create a list of string so that we can use it inside our grid view. Okay, so here create a new variable and let's name it as item name, and this is going to be type of array. So here we can simply make use of array of, and then inside it we can add our item. So just give me a second, I'm adding few items here. So yeah, I have added few items which we will use in our grid view. So right now one piece of puzzle is missing. Basically this grid view cannot work without adapter. So let's create the adapter. So come here and here create a new Kotlin file and let's name it as grid adapter. It's perfectly fine. Now, when we will call this grid adapter from main activity.kt file, then we need to pass this item names to this grid adapter so that we can use it, right? So here we need to add the constructor for this. So here add this portion and here create a new variable and it's going to be type of private. So add that and then here add names and this name is going to be type of string. So here add that. It's perfectly fine. Now when we are okay, here probably I have misspelled it. Okay, actually I forgot to add the well. So right now in grid adapter this is fine, but unlike recycler adapter, here we need to pass the context, right? So here create a new variable and pass the context inside it, and this context will come from this main activity.kt file. So now let's import this context and yeah, it's perfectly fine. So now our this grid adapter class is going to extend the base adapter. So here add base adapter, and now let's implement all the methods of base adapter. So here tap window plus enter and then implement members, and yeah, so now let's implement all these function one by one. So for item count, as you know, from here we simply need to return the length of this names array. Okay, so anyway right now though we are using this names array, right? But usually or in real world application, here we are going to use model, because here we know that we are only passing the one single variable, right? So it's not make sense that we create a model for a single variable. But if we have multiple properties like username, user mobile number, user profile image, in that case it's better to use model class. Okay, so our this item count method is completed. Basically from here we just need to return the size of our array. Okay, now come inside this get item method. So from here basically we need to pass a single item, and where is our single item? So our single item is living inside this names array. Okay, so here we simply will pass names and its current index. P0 is current index. Okay, now let's come to this get item id method. Okay, so here we also need to do the same thing. So erase this thing. So from here we need to return the id. Okay, so what we will do here, we will simply say p0 dot to long. Basically we will convert into a long. Basically from here we need to pass the index. Okay, so basically from here we need to pass the id, and the id is going to be, and the id will be used to determine the index, and then index will be used to get the value. Okay, now finally here we will get our view, and in this get view method we will pass our data to our xml layout so that it will get used to display the ui. Okay, so in this get view method what we are going to do, basically we will get our xml ui, and in each component of our ui we will put the data which we are getting from here. Okay, so here first let's create the view. So here add the value and view, right? And then So let's rename these variable so that we don't have misunderstanding. So P0 is our position, and P1 is our converted view, and this P2 is our view group. So here add that. Now the variable names are clear, so we can clearly understand it. Okay, so here first we will going to add the convert view, and then we will add the layout inflator, and then from context. It's perfectly fine. Then we need to inflate our XML layout inside this view. Okay, so here we will simply say inflate, and then our layout path. So our layout is r dot layout dot item dot grid. So this is our item grid is the layout basically which we are referring, right? Now after inflating our layout, basically converting our XML code into Kotlin or Java code, then here add the view group, then attach to root value as false. Now this is the most complicated part which we have completed. Now this is the simple task. Like basically here what we are going to do, here we are going to find our view, right? So let's say we have our title view. What we can do, we can simply find our view by adding view dot find view by id, and its type is text view. So add that, and our id is text view title, and then here we need to change the text. So here add the text property, and from what we will change the names dot position index. So now this specific index value will be filled inside this in this specific text view which we are using inside our grid view. Okay, so this is the part of adapter, and that is completed. And afterwards, after doing all these things, from here we need to return our view. So let's return that. Now our grid adapter is completed. Now we need to add our this grid adapter to our grid view, right? So here what we can say, so here first we will create the instance of our adapter. So here let's name this variable as grid adapter, and then here initialize the grid adapter. Here we need to pass the context and our this strings list. Okay, now when this is done, then we need to attach this adapter to our grid view. So here simply say adapter, and then here add the grid adapter, and yeah, we are done with our task. Now let's save the code and run the application to see if everything working fine or not. Let me open the build view to check if everything working fine or not. Okay, the app is installed successfully. Here you can see I have added the 9 items, and here we are seeing our 9 items. And let's say if inside this activity underscore main.xml file, here you change the num columns value to 4, then let's save the code and run the application. Okay, so the build was done. Now let's see how our app is looking. Now you can see in a single row we have 4 columns. So that's the grid layout for you, and this is exactly how category, screen, dashboard and icon menus are built in Android. Now here is something a lot of beginner get confused about. A grid view does not recycle views as efficiently as recycler view. That's why for modern apps, recycler view with grid layout manager is more common, but grid view is still completely valid for simple quick grid UI designs, especially for prototypes and small screen or dashboards. So in the next video, I'll show you how to use scroll view and nested scroll view in Android. So if you enjoyed this coding walkthrough, hit like, subscribe to Widget Wisdom, and drop a comment whatever you want, like what I need to improve or what is fine. And I'll see you in the next video.